Okay. يلا بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم. دكتور Hassan, are we ready?
Yes, I'm ready, Doctor.
Okay, great. طيب. السلام عليكم. This is our second session. A very interesting one indeed, I promise you. And it's by none other than our excellent colleague and friend, Dr. Hassan Mahdi. Dr. Hassan Mahdi is a full-time faculty, an assistant professor at the English department at the Arab Open University, and he is based in Dammam. Yeah, he needs he doesn't need an introduction really. Let's have him and enjoy it, inshallah. Dr. Mahdi, Dr. Hassan, the floor is yours.
Okay, thank you, Dr. Sameh, for this nice opportunity. And I think we can get benefit from each other, inshallah.
Inshallah.
Good
luck.
As we have done in previous sessions, also we get benefit from your presentation and also from my colleagues. My topic, however, the time is late, but inshallah it will be a kind of discussion. At the beginning, it can be just introduction or a theoretical background, but later on it can be a discussion.
Inshallah.
So, inshallah. So, the agenda. I think all of us, we know about AI, or we can call it generative AI or Gen AI. It is a subset of artificial intelligence that uses generative models. So, okay, all of us know about ChatGPT and other generative AI, and they create text, images, videos, and etc. So this is the understanding AI and learning. They can create. This is the most important point about personalized materials. We can now generate materials for whatever we would like by using AI tools. Also, they enhance creativity, even though we have some discussion about this word, about creativity. Now there is debate about, is it possible for AI tools to enhance creativity or to impede creativity? But for the time being, yes, we can discuss that. It can help us for finding ideas, brainstorming, and so on. Also, Gen AI can provide interactive tutoring and instant feedback. Feedback also is an important aspect of AI tools. Here, just some more details about personalized study materials and creative content generation. And by the way, you can now create content when you ask ChatGPT, for example, to create an outline for whatever you'd like. And then you can ask the ChatGPT or other AI tools to create also some ideas for each subtopic of the outline. As you see here, they can assist in writing essays, stories, and creating visual content. And I think some of you tried, even you can ask ChatGPT to write a poem in poetry. I don't know if you have, this chance. It can be in English, it can be in Arabic. I don't know if anyone did this experiment to ask ChatGPT for writing a poem. Yes, from my dear colleagues. So you can just ask ChatGPT, for example, to create a poem, story, whatever. For visual content, you have to pay.
I tried to ask him to write something similar to the Shakespearean sonnets, and he did. I already did.
So what do you think, and what is your experience? Is it...
it was extraordinary, of course.
So I don't know about poetry. Dr. Sam has specialized in this area. I mean, about metric, about the rhythm, the rhyme. So what do you think if you create or ask ChatGPT to create a poem in this way? I mean, it can be.
Someone else will read those like sonnets. You will not believe it's not Shakespearean.
Okay, so it means that ChatGPT and other AI tools can create anything. They will not say, "I'm sorry, I don't know." They will create. If it is good or bad, it doesn't matter for them. Okay, here for understanding AI learning, also language practice. We can use AI tools to practice, as it's mentioned here, in conversation. Many students ask me, for example, is it possible to travel to United Kingdom or United States, for example, to practice English, or to subscribe to Cambly or other websites in which you have to take a tutor who is a native speaker? My answer nowadays, you can make conversation with AI tools. I don't know if I'm right or wrong, but it is somewhat good. You can practice. However, it's not exactly as a native speaker, but it can be done. I don't know about your experience. Is there anyone who can recommend something related to this point, using AI tools for conversations? Yes, is there anyone who can give me an idea about this point exactly? Did you practice conversation with ChatGPT, for example, Claude, Gemini?
Personal conversations, you mean, doctor, or educational?
No, it can be at any topic.
Yes, I did once.
So, do you recommend this to your students when you try? You have tried with the ChatGPT. So, do you recommend this to your student to practice the conversation with AI tools?
Yeah, I do. I did really, but I told them to define the level. So because sometimes they don't know, or they don't define the level, and they got advanced or challenging, let's say, language. Sometimes they don't understand the words. So I directed them to define the level or to give it the correct prompt.
Yes, I think you did the point. Some students, found it difficult to participate or to make conversation with AI tools because, as you said, this is the point. They found it difficult, and they don't know about the interaction. So you can ask the ChatGPT or other AI tools, okay, can you make it with something like beginner or intermediate? However, they need to practice for this point. So the second point here, number 4, AI tools can give instant feedback. And this is the point that we can get benefit from this in our classes. When you have, for example, 60 or 70 students and all of them wrote good essays, so it will take 2-3 days for you to give clear feedback for each student. But if you use AI tools, you will get the feedback immediately. So this is another point. Now my question to my colleagues, did you use ChatGPT, for example, for giving feedback for essays when your students write, for example, essays, and then put the essays in feedback, or even ask your student to get feedback from ChatGPT, for example? So is there any experience in this case? About feedback? It seems that this point is not useful. However, I use it in in some courses. I ask my students, okay, you can get benefit from ChatGPT. output your essay and get feedback, but use this rubric. You have to provide a rubric to your students. Okay, they don't care about the word rubric or whatever, but you can ask them, okay, you can ask ChatGPT, for example, to give you a feedback about your essay based on content, vocabulary, spelling, other, points. So, and they'll get instant feedback. Now, number 5, research assistance. AI tools can be benefit for us. They summarize articles. And the other point for generating bibliographies or research projects, it can be done, but nowadays it is unethical to just use the output. And you know that now there are some other softwares, they can find that this text is generated with AI, but you can use it. You can use AI tool to summarize the articles, to give you an idea about, or for example, to make a grouping of some articles. You can put 5, 6 articles in the website. For example, Ask PDF. There is a website called Ask PDF with AI. So this website can give you a summary about these articles. What is the main point of these articles together. So this one will help you doing research. Here we have some strategies. It can be used for lesson planning. We can use AI tool to generate lesson plan, outline, quizzes, and etc. So is there anyone who has used ChatGPT, for example, for creating quizzes?
Yes, for me, I always use Copilot. Really, that's
Yeah.
Microsoft
Yeah.
application for creating quizzes. I for example, for vocabulary, I provide the words, whether words, collocations, phrasal verbs, anything. I provide it, and I ask it to provide me with a quiz on the following words, and it provides me really a lot and asks me if I need more.
Yes, okay. Now the point is you can use Copilot or other AI tools to create quizzes. They are useful. However, sometimes I found them crazy. For example, I used Copilot and all answers are number B. I don't know if you have come across
Yes,
this.
yes, yes, exactly. Sometimes they repeat the fixed specific or fixed A, fixed B, and always like fixed number in
Yeah.
the choice, multiple choice.
Yeah. So the point we can use, this tool to help us, not to do the task for us. That is I think, the most important point. So they can help us create, for example, as you said, vocabulary. You can, for example, in our courses,
Grammar
yes, for
also,
grammar, you
yes.
can say, okay, write 10 multiple choice questions about these vocabulary or these target words or these tenses. And then later on, you can modify the output. So we can use it for quizzes and also interactive activities. We can use AI for automated feedback and assessment, as I discussed before. They can enhance classroom engagement. We can create stories, simulations, and interactive content, etc. So about and then tutoring and support. Now, developing
I,
critical
I
thinking. Yes, go on.
Yes, also it can generate stories related to specific words, or I put some words and it creates stories related to them, and also can provide the structure. Ask him to give you a story related to present, simple, past, perfect, something like
Mhm.
this. It always creates stories, and really it's good stories, and it also can create poems, and they are good poems. You just provide the main ideas that you need to find out, and he creates. For example, as you said, also it needs manual intervention also. But I made on the foundation day, I asked him to give me a poem on the foundation day, and I provided it with the ideas that I need to include, and really it started very well with the start of the new Saudi Arabia and foundation with King Abdulaziz, and really it was a rhyming poem also, with rhyming, and that's kind of this.
Okay, thank you so much. Yes, so we
Welcome.
can use it, yes, for creating stories, whatever you'd like. The second point here about developing critical thinking. Now, this is a point, and now there are many studies about critical thinking. Now, what do you think, that AI tools can improve critical thinking, or we can call it impede critical thinking? So this is a debate now also about using AI tools.
Can I say something?
Yes, okay, why not?
Yeah, I think it depends on how you use it. If you're using it to read stuff, and you follow the structure that they are using in summarizing ideas, in developing ideas, you can. And if you are in your formative years, you're, for example, learning a language, you can develop the same style, of course, because it is modeled on the human brain and how and our thinking processes, the best of them. They have a structure and there is logic to it. I think we can learn back the same stuff, but this time around it's more conscious. You know how it goes, the trajectory of an argument, for example. You can learn from it how to develop an idea, how to start an argument and develop it and expand on the idea by giving examples and how to conclude. So if you follow the pattern gets repeated. And if it gets repeated, you can learn it and then you develop it with your own models later on. I think in this case, you can really develop how to think in an organized way, because we're not used to that. I mean, all our learning is not very systematic when it comes to processing information and then reproducing it in essays, in research, and everything in between. I think it can help us have organization. Yes, yes, it can develop our critical thinking skills a great deal. Yes.
Yeah. Yes. Okay. Thank you so much. Yes. In this case, we have to even develop this kind of sense to our students also, because as you know, our students just they took the first output from ChatGPT, for example. We have to tell them that you have to kind of interaction. You can ask the AI tools to do the task again, ask a specific question, as you said, okay, here. So in this way, it can improve critical thinking. But suppose just you ask ChatGPT to give an analysis for a short story. I have no idea about literature, for example, if it is useful for, when you use AI tools. So suppose you ask ChatGPT to write an analysis to a short story or a poem or something like this. So our student just will take the first output without, knowing that they should have a kind of interaction. For example, what is the theme? What is for example, I don't know, about the plot, the climax, etc. So anyway, as you said, Dr. Samah, yes, here we have to make a kind of interaction with ChatGPT and other AI tools to improve critical thinking. Here about gaming and playing game. Okay, here it can be, we can create some flashcards and etc. Regarding gaming, I have seen Kahoot. It is used by some of our colleagues here in our branch. I don't know about our colleagues. Have you seen Kahoot and how it is used for creating quizzes? It can be as a game. Yes.
Yes, yes.
Yeah.
Lots of our colleagues, include, I think, Noor Salim is here. If she's around, she uses Kahoot and يعني, along with other AI tools. I'm not sure if
Yeah.
she's around.
Mhm.
But yeah, I have seen lots of people using, and I didn't use
Yeah.
it myself. Perhaps it was complicated before AI, but now with the ease and flexibility that AI brings, I think people can use it in a more, professional way. Yes,
Yes, yes.
yes.
I mean, maybe for us, I mean, we did not try, but inshallah, okay, it can be. It makes the classroom interesting and it's full of kind of gaming. Here, most common generative AI applications, I think all of us know about ChatGPT. It can be used for essay writing, brainstorming, etc. A Cloud, Perplexity, Explicit, Quillbot, or something like this. And also, our colleagues, I'm sorry, I don't know about his name exactly. He mentioned Copilot here, a
Yeah,
part-time.
Dr.
Yes,
Muhammad
yeah.
Arafa. Dr.
Muhammad
Muhammad
Arafa,
Arafa.
yes.
Yes.
Yes, a
Yes.
Copilot. I don't know, is it applicable for part-time teachers? Because, okay, for us full-timers, we can use it. When you use the email, you can have full access to Copilot.
I have membership in 365 Microsoft Office, so I can
Yeah.
use it.
Yeah, so a Copilot, and I think we have many more. Now we are here at the point that we need to get some idea about most common generative AI application that can be used. Here I have mentioned only some of them, ChatGPT, Claude, we have Gemini. What else from your experience that you can use frequently? Or you can have an idea about, I mean, them. I think
I
Poe
think,
is something, yeah.
yeah,
Yeah.
Gemini. I think there's also something called Genie. I don't know what company it is part of, but yeah, Gemini is I think is part of Google. Yeah, Google has so many tools. I mean, I don't know their names, but I use some of them, and it's just amazing.
Yeah.
I'm using also a very interesting tool for note taking. It summarizes things and gives you summaries. What I do is that I take and I have videos of my classes. I take the video and I put it there, and it summarized the idea. And there is this transcription facility to it. It can transcribe, it can sum up the idea, gives you summaries, gives you the main ideas, and it can also turn it into a podcast. I think I shared that with the WhatsApp group that we have, EL111, and it's just
Yeah.
amazing. It's just amazing. Another way, if think of it, if you can give a class and you have the recording of the class, and you also have a summary of the class, the main points, and then you have a podcast. I think it can make learning fun. It can make it more consolidated and enhanced. Yeah, I'm
So,
using this Google tool that
Dr.
I
Sameh,
learned. Yeah,
sorry, can you say it can provide transcription? It means it gives sounds of he hears this, listens to the video, for example, and transcribe.
yeah, yeah,
Yes,
yeah. This is one of the things that it does. It
great.
transcribes. Yeah, it gives you a summary. It
Oh,
gives you questions, and like I told you, it can turn the whole video into a podcast. Normally, a
podcast.
15 or 15 to 20-minute podcast. But it's amazing, just amazing.
Mm-hmm.
Yes, it
Okay.
needs membership, doctor.
No. All you
Free?
need is a Google account. Yes, I can
Google.
share it on
Oh,
the 111 WhatsApp group, inshallah, with you.
yes, yes, please. It
Okay,
seems
great.
amazing,
Yeah.
right? Great,
Mhm.
thank you.
Yeah, so as you said, yes, we can use many tools in this way. For research, you have Elicit, another website that can be used. One is also Consensus and many other AI tools that can be used in this way. Here for presentation, we use Canva and Gamma. I think for Canva, we have to pay some amount for that. But for Gamma, it can give you about 10 slides to present something interesting, and then you have to pay for others. Now, is there anyone who use another AI tools for presentations, making PowerPoint, for example, or visual learnings?
Really, I use Canva, always use Canva, and I have membership in Canva also. And
Mm-hmm.
really, it's magic. For
Mm-hmm.
designing, for giving elements, for bullet points, for everything, for slides, and it has for some topics also you can write, but general topic, not specific. So you can
Mm-hmm.
write for any grammar, and it gives you a whole presentation about it. But as we said, it always needs manual interference.
Mm-hmm.
So really, it's very very great Canva. And before I tried to learn Photoshop, it's a little bit complicated, but Canva is
Mm-hmm.
very easy. This comparison.
Okay, great. So here I have a recommendation to Dr. Sameh. Is it possible to have someone, to teach us how to use Canva, for example, now, our colleague, brother Dr. Muhammad Arafa, or anyone just to give us some idea about it? As you know,
Yeah,
if you don't know the tool, you'll be afraid that it'll be difficult. But if you know something about it, so it will be
yeah.
useful.
If we have people who are proficient with it, why not? Of course,
Oh,
we
yeah.
can arrange something, inshallah.
Yes,
Yes,
yes.
I am ready. If just of course efforts. I'm not expert, but I use it a lot, and I can just give some hints about it.
Okay,
Great.
yes,
We
it
can
doesn't matter.
arrange that,
Yes,
inshallah.
we can learn from
So
each other. And by the way, there is
Yes.
statement is
yes,
called
of course.
it's called the curse of expert. If you learn something from expert will make it difficult or complicated. So you can learn
Yes,
from someone in between, for example. This is the point. So why not?
yes, yes.
Here also have AI for language learning, for example, Speak Eyes here. About the last website, it is website Speech Ace, this one. And this is a good website you can recommend this to your students. They can practice this one, especially for pronunciation and also for fluency. It is for free, the last website. Then we can move. Okay, this is about some studies. It is not somewhat clear. There is a meta-analysis about using AI in language skills. It is mentioned that writing is the top. Okay, no need to go in details, but writing is the top. Maybe many studies here it mentioned 30, but 30 that were included in this meta-analysis. But in fact, we'll find maybe hundreds of studies about writing. A few studies about speaking, and some studies about the teacher and students' perspective, and some other about vocabulary, grammar, etc. So it means that we generally use AI tools, even our students use AI tools for writing. A few studies about speaking, about pronunciation, grammar, etc. So in this workshop, we can get benefit from each other about these points. What generative AI tools that we use for learning, listening. My question is, yes, it was intended also for students. because it was expected that some students will be here. But okay, now we can share it with our colleagues. Now, suppose you want to teach your students listening skills. So is there any specific generative AI tools can be used for learning listening?
I think I don't know the sheer volume of audio and video material that is already there would make generative AI not very useful in this regard, because I mean we have YouTube, we have the other platforms, and they are all full of audio and video material, and
Yeah.
but we normally refer our students to those platforms. I
Yes.
haven't used generative AI with listening, at least not yet.
Yes, I think yes, for listening, there are many websites. For example, BBC, they have website for listening. ASL, there is a website called asl.lab. Yes, yes, Dr.
I
Muhammad.
uh,
Hmm.
yes, I think it is not really AI tool, but it's very beneficial that you can write whatever you will need to listen to, and it provides you with the hundreds of videos related to this. It's a site called Youglish. If I don't
Mhm.
know if you heard of it or not, that's very really very useful. It you just provide a word or expression, and it provides hundreds of videos related to it, and you can specify the accent, whether American, British, Australian. I think these are the three
Yeah.
ones, and it gives you videos, they are complete videos, but it stops on the word you are searching for, gives you a sentence before it and a sentence after it, and you can go on the video to listen to
Mhm.
the whole of it, or just you can switch to the other video related to giving this word. That's called Youglish. That's coinage of the words YouTube and English.
Mhm. Yeah. Yes, for English, it is mentioned in some studies that it is useful for teaching listening, pronunciation also, because as you said, yeah, it is mentioned there, this is a British accent, this is American English, Australian English. So, yes, English is an interesting website. I use it, I mean, for myself, not even for my students. Yes, so it is very interesting. Yes, thank you, Dr. Muhammad. What about speaking? Is there any AI tool?
Speaking Elsa, but really I just used it just for about 2 weeks or something like this in the past. Elsa is great also. Can it can evaluate your speaking and give you feedback. Elsa.
Elsa Speak, but I think you have to pay something for Elsa, or is it
Yes,
free?
yes, yes. No, no, no. It is not
Mm.
free. You have to pay.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, sorry, the point. I mean, many good websites or applications, but they are not free. But okay,
Duolingo
we
is
can, yeah,
also
yeah.
Duolingo is also
Mm-hmm.
free. That you can.
Mm-hmm.
There are some parts you can speak and asks you to repeat if it is not so accurate
Mm-hmm.
pronunciation. It
Mm-hmm.
can asks you to repeat until
Okay.
it's perfect for it, and then you can go on. Duolingo, it's free.
Mm-hmm. Okay. About reading, I think this can be easy. Yes, for ChatGPT they can be, but maybe some other websites or AI tools. Yes, and suppose ChatGPT, you can put the text and then ask some questions about it. Multiple choice question, true, false questions, short answer questions. But is there any other website or, AI tools that can be used for reading that you can use frequently?
Yeah, it can enhance reading if
Mhm.
I mean, if you make a summary of a book, for example, and you yourself read the summary, of course, it's going to help you with your comprehension skills, your ability to process things quickly. Um, yeah, normally when somebody drops the name of a book that I'm not familiar with, or an author, for example, and a writer, I go and I check, and I can have all his or her works summarized, for example, and then I start reading. This helps with the developing, I mean, and I'm talking about people in their formative years. In this way, they can read the summary, and from the summary, they will be able to kind of perhaps increase their knowledge and also check the patterns through which this reading passage or summary is written. So it can help with reading, it can help also as a model for writing too.
Yeah. Yes, for example, for me, I use, but not frequently. There is a website called Ask PDF, and another one also something is called Space or something like this. So in this, you can put even the book, the whole book, as a PDF, and then you can ask some questions about the book. So this can be useful, as you said, Dr. Sameh, yes. And then if you find something interesting, then you can go to that chapter, for example. Now, writing, I think all of us use ChatGPT, Copilot, or others for writing. Even our students now, they use AI tools for writing. And this is another debate about writing, how can we use it, and the ethical points about it. So, but let me start with this point. I mean, is there any specific AI tool that can be used for writing, and how? How can we use it for writing
I
for our
directed my
students?
students to use Grammarly to edit their text, essays, paragraphs, and I think it's a good one.
Grammarly. Okay. And what else? So we
Also,
have.
InstaText, there's AI website called InstaText. Really, it provides you with the authentic comments on your writing. If you wrote something, it makes it more authentic. It seems like exactly a native speaker. And also for ChatGPT or Copilot, as Dr. Sameh said, we can use it as a model. That's we just you know that type of writing, that product writing. So we can follow it as a model, but not spoon feeding. That's the danger of using it for everything you need to write, and ask GPT to provide you with it. So in this case, you will stop thinking. It hinders thinking instead of encouraging or boosting thinking.
Yeah. So this is a point that I think Dr. Sami will discuss it later on in his other workshops about using AI tools for writing, for example, in our course, for example, EL11, L111, there is an essay question, and many students use ChatGPT or other AI tools when they write this essay. So what can we do in this case? How many marks should be given, etc. There are many points that can be discussed. I think it is not suitable to discuss it here because the time is limited. So this is the point about writing for vocabulary. Is there any website or AI tools that can be used for learning vocabulary specifically, or not in general, as ChatGPT can be for all? But are there any specific AI tools can be used for vocabulary? Because we get an idea from some our young colleagues. I'm old. I'm not familiar with many AI tools. But yeah.
The one that's used, I found it in Arab Open University. I used it before Arab Open University, and I found it on the platform that's called Quizlet. Really, it's great for vocabulary, for matching, and exactly for that's about cards, and you can match the word with its meaning.
I think it's
Quizlet.
free. Is it free? I think, huh? Quizlet?
Yes, yeah, no,
Yeah.
yes, it's free to some extent, but after some time you have to pay also.
But the website, I think, is not user friendly. I don't know. Just I tried it, but I found it somewhat difficult. Maybe I am old,
Really, I
so maybe.
used it also. I used it for a time, but needed me to pay really, and I didn't invest in it really. Sorry for I forgot about for writing. There's a very useful tool that I paid for it. Really subscribe for it. That's Padlet. Padlet, I don't know whether you have heard of it. That it enables you and the students. You can take the link and let the student give it to the student in the lecture. Students can write on the screen, and that's really one way of making online learning more active. If we struggle against online learning, really we need to use more interactive ways or methods to encourage students. Now they are what they write, they can see. So it encourages students to participate. That on the screen, each student can write, and you can nominate students. Khalid, for example, can you write this word, and he can write, and all the students or see his writings. And all students can write at the same time also. Really, it improves writing spellings for students. It's called Padlet.
I think
Okay.
it's
If you don't
like
mind,
Kahoot.
write in the chat.
It's very
Sorry?
similar to Kahoot. Kahoot has I think the same idea. I
Oh,
mean, it gives you space so that people can contribute. I mean, they can even work on one single paragraph or essay, and I think together and come up with the best possible writing piece. Yeah, I know Padlet. I think one of our female colleagues was using it at one point. Yes,
yes,
yes.
great. Yeah, I really use it. I'm a fan of it. Always
Mhm.
use it with students. Okay, thank you.
Okay. So can you write the website in the chat, Dr. Muhammad? Is it Padlet or the link? If you have the link, you can put it in the chat. At least you can get something today also. We have just pronunciation. Yes, okay. Thank you, Dr. Muhammad. What about pronunciation? I think you mentioned before, Dr. Muhammad, that English also is one website. What about other? Is there any other website? Yes, English is another one. This is a website that I found it useful also. Yes, Elsa Speak. Yes, it can be. For grammar, I don't know. I have no idea about any specific AI tools for grammar, but they can be other websites. For example, ChatGPT, they can create a grammar exercises, and also they can check your writing in terms of grammar. But is there any specific website or AI tool that can teach grammar rules? Yes, now we have Quizlet for vocabulary. Yes, what about grammar? So this can be a topic for doing research later on, that there is no specific AI tools for some
Really,
skills. Yeah.
the platform of the box that it has training on the grammar rules in the box that so I don't really use it a lot. Use AI for grammar because the box themselves have have this type of choice, multiple choice, and they provide you with the answer, interactive course for grammar.
Yes, until now, but there are some other websites, but they are not, I mean, updated, frequently. For example, this is a good website for grammar exercises. You'll find a number of activities, so you can use it for some grammar rules. This is the end. Now, the floor is yours, Dr. Sameh, to have your comments. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much, Dr. Hassan, for this very enjoying and very informative session. I benefited substantially from it myself. Thank you for it. And now, if you guys have any questions before we call it a night, come to the mic and share with us.
Just I need to thank Dr. Hassan. Really, it's useful lecture or workshop. And thanks, Dr. Sameh, really for this
Thank you.
opportunity to learn from each other and from you. Thanks a lot.
Thank you, Dr. Muhammad, so much. Guys, if you have any
Yes, Doctor, I would
questions.
like to express my fear, in fact, of these AI tools. I'm really concerned about these young generations, our students, our children. They are too dependent on using AI tools. I was scared when I found my son. He wanted ChatGPT to write a sentence using a preposition put in a sentence. I was extremely shocked, angry, and sad at the same time, because even for the very trivial matters, they depend on it. So we don't know where we are going in this technology and this progress. And I would like to thank Dr. Hassan and you, Dr. Sameh, for this amazing workshop.
Thank you, Dr. Ms. Maisa. Yeah, it's a legitimate fear. Yeah, we are all parents, and yeah, that's it's really scary. I mean, I don't know. Let's wait and see what the future holds. Again, it's about yeah. I think we have a role to play. I mean, as teachers, we need to not stop trying, giving the students models of ourselves. It's not about saying do this and do that, and then they go and copy and paste. If you do the thing in front of them, I think you can provide a very good model. I think, and it has to be also a consistent effort. I mean, and it should be across the board. I don't do something, and somebody else is not doing what he or she is supposed. So if it's a unified effort, I think we can succeed. Other than that, I don't think we have a chance, unfortunately. Dr. Hassan, what's your take on that?
Yes, I think there are many points about this this issue. As you said, that we have to take a model in front of the students to teach them how to use AI tools in a good way, in ethical way. However, the point, I mean, needs more discussion about it. I think the time is not enough to have a discussion about this issue.
Yeah.
Yes, okay, Doctor.
Alina, you wanted to say something. Go ahead if you have a question.
I wanted to thank you and Dr. Hassan for this amazing marathon, let's say, because it was it was an amazing night. And I still think that there is hope for humanity and for learning from one another. We don't have to involve always AI. It helps us, but creativity, it will still prevail. I mean, we are created by Allah. AI is created by humans. So I don't think something that we created is better than something that our creator made.
Yeah, well
So
said. Yes.
I still have hope.
Yeah, keep it. Keep it up.
Maybe, maybe things will change, but certainly will not disappear totally. I mean, languages are made by people for people. They will change. They've always changed, but now we have a little tool to use it, to use them in a different way that is new for everyone. So that's it. That's all what I wanted to say. Thank you. Thank everyone for this amazing night.
Thank you, Alina, very much. Like Dr. Hassan said, it's a big debate, and obviously the time remaining is not enough. I will keep it for another day. Thank you, Dr. Hassan, once more. You did an excellent job, and I think we're leaving now more informed than ever about what AI is and what it stands for. Thank you so much, everyone, and I'll see you again, inshallah, on Saturday. Thank you. Assalamu alaikum. Bye-bye.
Assalamu alaikum. Assalamu alaikum. Good night.